Hey guys, how's it going? This is Anthony again, and now I want to review the Playmates Classic Collection Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Donatello. Absolutely love these new Turtles figures. Couldn't be more pleased with them. Almost, I guess. There's a couple things I might tweak, and I'll point those out, but overall these are absolutely great figures. On the base, they do come with bases. It's not really a thick base at all, but on top of the base he stands 7 inches tall. We'll go ahead and pull him off of the base just for the purpose of the review. Without the base, he's about just shy of 6 3/4. And just for reference, we can stand him next to the NECA comic style Michelangelo. All of these turtles are the same size, so it doesn't really matter which one, but he really just towers over them. Aside from the size issue, it's really good, I think, to have both of these figures. These guys represent the comic accurately, and these guys represent the TV show. And if you are like me, you grew up on the TV show, so you can appreciate both of them. So I would suggest you get both, but since we're talking about these, let's talk about these. Donatello they're all basically the exact same figure with a couple of different tweaks here and there, but I'll go ahead and point out everything. He comes with his bow. It's solid brown. There's really no shading or anything going on. The sculpt work is okay though. And then it has the white handle, which isn't painted particularly well, but it is there. No big deal. Decent size. It's 6 inches long, so decent size. He's got the belt with the shoulder strap and the place to put the bow in there, which works just fine. It holds it in place, and he looks good with it on his back, so that's nice. Of course, the straps are soft, so they don't get in the way of the articulation, but we'll get to that in a minute. The heads are on that kind of joint, which is fine, except if you ask me, they should have used a smaller ball joint so you can get a little bit more range out of the mobility. They don't have a whole lot. They have the swivel, of course, but as far as the other motion, it's kind of limited. Not too bad, obviously. It's fine. I'm just saying it could have been a little bit better. Sculpt work is fine, though, overall. It looks great. It looks just like it should. A lot of people have trouble with the eyes being googly. It's easy to paint those over and fix those, but I was able to get some that weren't too bad, so I may just leave them. I don't know yet for sure. The bandanas are soft, so you don't have to worry about them breaking. And overall, the paintwork's pretty decent everywhere other than the eyes. The belts are a little sloppy here and there, but it's not too bad. And it's nice and, like, the shell part is nice and flat. There's no glossiness to the front. A little bit to the back, but not too bad. So overall, it looks pretty good. Shoulder articulation, just like Marvel Legends. Ball disc, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, so good range of motion. There's a wrist swivel, and it's technically, see if I can show you this. There's a hinge in there, so it's got a little bit of extra range of motion in there. It's really stiff, but you can use it. Then each finger is articulated individually. I thought this ugly joint here was going to bother me, but you get used to it really fast, so it's not really a problem. Then the thumb has a swivel and a hinge in it, so you can really get some nice poses, and he can hold the staff with no problem at all. Just rotate the thumb down, and it's really not an issue. So that's a very nice feature. Having figures able to hold their accessories is a big bonus. The torso is separate. He's got great range of motion, side to side, rotation, front to back, somewhat limited, but not too bad. The shell is connected to the top half, which works well because no matter how you pose him, it's going to look pretty good. Not really too much of a problem unless you look directly from the side, then it looks a little weird, but no big deal. The belt goes all the way around on the shell and then on the body, so that way that's always solid too, so it looks great. Hips are like the new Marvel Legends hips. They have, well, they're kind of like that. They're ball joints inside there. I don't know if you can really see that. They're double ball joints. And then they have the cut joint here. So it's kind of like a mix of the old school Turtles and the new Marvel Legends with the swivel there. He has the double jointed knees, single jointed ankle, and individually articulated toes. Now the feet do not have an ankle swivel, unfortunately. They rotate, but there's no, or an ankle rocker, I'm sorry, or a pivot. There's no side to side motion. It's not a huge problem because the toes are individually articulated, so even if you put his foot out to the side a little farther, you can kind of turn it and get it to work the way you want. and it's okay. It's not a problem, but it could have been a little bit better if they did that. Other than that, though, it's a really solid figure. The size alone makes it worth the price, I think. He's a great size figure. Looks just the way he's supposed to. Comes with great articulation and an accessory and a base. And really, there's not a whole lot to complain about. Maybe the ankle rocker and maybe the eyes. Otherwise, that's it. It's a great figure. They look great on display. I'll show you all of the turtles together real quick, and then we'll call it a wrap. So there's Donnie. That's what I call him. Zoom out a little here. You have Leo, Raph. Let's see if I can fit them all with their bases. I don't know if I can. And Michelangelo. So can't really fit them. I'll move back. So as you can see, they look great overall, and I highly recommend them. 100% must have if you're a Turtles fan. These are the figures to buy, so no question about it, go get them. One thing I want to mention, while I have them all like this, they do have their individual skin tones. Michelangelo's a little bluish, Raphael's a little more solid green, Leo's a little lighter, and Donatello's kind of an off green. He should be probably a little more brown-ish, I think, but either way, still pretty good. Really, the most noticeable one is Mikey, but either way, still very good. So that does it for the Donatello review. Check out the other reviews for these guys, and check out some other videos in the near future. And in the meantime, keep collecting.